Hello, so today on our walk we're going to Castle Park in Colchester. Lovely little place, and I'll show you around. So you can park up in the McDonald's. You get about an hour and a half if you buy a coffee or something there. You can leave your car there if you want to do a walk from there, which is just over this way, which is Leisure World off of the Cowdray Avenue in Colchester. And then you come across this bridge and you've got kind of three choices really. You can go left, which takes you on a lovely walk along the river. Or you can go down the middle, which takes you kind of in the same way but a little bit higher, or you can go into Lower Castle Park, which we'll do in a minute. I'm just going to head this way first. I'm out with Socks today. Socks is a Beagle. I've been working with him for about 10.5 years now. He'll be 11 this year, so I've known him since he was a tiny pup. You've probably seen him on some other videos that I've done. He stays on a long lead nowadays because he's a Beagle and they tend to follow their nose a lot. He has been off the lead for a lot of his life. You know, when we used to walk with his sister Rose, she's passed away now. But yeah, he tends to follow his nose a bit and ignore me. So I've just spin around because the lead's gone around my legs. I hate those leads for that. And yeah, so he stays on a long lead now just to keep him safe and me not have to worry about him, and he loves it. He's still got 8 meters to play with. So the first thing you find when you come into this area of Castle Park, or the lower part of Castle Park, is Tommy's Wood. This was only planted recently, 2018 they planted this, and they fenced it all off and they've let it was all cut and neat and tidy, but I think probably due to budgets of the council, but also they've let it just go wild, which I think is absolutely beautiful. I'd much rather see it like that than all trim and neat and everything. And they have locked it off, so you can't walk in there because it's literally overgrown now. And inside there is a wooden carving, which hopefully we'll find in a minute, and it's of a soldier, and it's just to commemorate all the soldiers that fought in the First World War between 14 and 18. And some people come and plant some little memorial flowers, which is really lovely. But it's just a really nice peaceful place really. You've got the river there which runs around it, and then it's just a little little woodland. As you can see, the hogweeds are coming up now. It's spring. Got some buttercups there, plus other trees. I'm not an expert on trees and stuff, so I can't name them. But as we come around here, I think we'll get to see the little statue that I was talking about. Just about it's all overgrown now. There it is. I'm going to zoom in for you. You can just about see it. You see it through there? Anyway, it's an old tree stump that's been carved into the shape of a soldier holding a rifle with a helmet on, and that's just to keep the memory going really. It does get kind of flooded in the wet season, which is pretty much every month of this year, last year, but it's drying out a little bit now. But there is really good pathways all the way through, so you can come out in just normal trainers. And for the first time I'm actually wearing shorts again, hooray! But it's still freezing. But Socks, I don't think I brought Socks here before, and he's loving it. All the new smells, everything to look at. You can always tell a Beagle's happy because the tail's up rigid high and the nose is nearly always to the ground. That's what they're made to do. So there's loads of little off walks you can do. I'm not going to do one at the moment. No. I thought you heard that, I had a phone call come in. Yeah, there's loads of little off walks you can do. I'm not going to go up there today because I haven't got the right footwear on, and it is rather muddy on some areas. And along here you've got a lovely pond which has been here for a long time, and it attracts a lot of wildlife, a lot of water wildlife. So the ducks are here, a lot of different species of ducks you'll find. So if you have got a dog, it's probably good to pop it on a lead. As you can see, Socks is old now, he's not that bothered about the birds. He can't be bothered to chase them. It does go very green in this time of year where the algae starts to grow. And just be aware, if your dogs run up to it, they might think it's grass. I've seen a few dogs go plop straight into the water when they've thought it was grass, and they find out it's actually a lake. Oh, it was a big swan here, so I'm just going to bring Socks in a bit closer because swans can be a little bit protective of their territory, especially if they've got newborns on the way. cleaning himself up. Beautiful. This one's been tagged, so he's obviously known. Hello, you. They're quite tame here because they're so used to people coming past that they don't really care, to be honest, and they're quite happy just stand there and let you have a look at them. He's not even being protective. Come on, Socks. You've got a little squirrel on the path up there, can you see him? Just going past there. Oh, my finger didn't work then. So even though we're literally about a stone's throw away from the town centre, this is how peaceful it can be around here. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's really nice to have a nice walk. I reckon you could probably easily fill up an hour to an hour and a half here walking around all the different parts of the park, and yeah, very enjoyable. So the lake's even attracted a cormorant there as well, which is quite unusual inland like that. They're normally sort of out towards the coastline or rivers, but I suppose we've got the river over the back, so that's probably sort of sharing this space and the river space. But yeah, it's quite happy chilling on a log there. There's plenty of poo bins along the way, which keeps it nice and clean. People are pretty good for that around here, tidying up. And the good thing about this part of Colchester is obviously you've got the town centre really close, like I said, but yeah, they've designed it really well where you can sort of come and have some time out, and there's lots of events. You've got the castle, which is always open to visitors and tourists. It's a very historic town, Colchester. It's the first ever city in England. It's the oldest Roman town city, so there's a few Roman remains. There's a big wall that runs right around Colchester. I'll do a walk sometime and show you all that, and then you've got all these parks that they've added in as well, which is really good. It's funny really, because when you live somewhere you get a bit complacent to it, don't you, and even moan about it, facilities and all that sort of stuff. We all do it, don't we, in our towns, and it's actually when you start looking around where you live, a place like this, you do realise just how blessed we can be really, and how lovely it is. Someone's been very funny and they put a plaque saying there should be a bench here. So there is. A little bit of a blue sky there today, pretty overcast, but at least it's not raining, which is good. So Socks is a good old boy. Like I said, his age is about 10 and a half, going on 11 now, and he's pretty fit for his age really. He's got good stamina. He did have some surgery done back in 2020, just around lockdown. He had one of his cruciate ligaments go in his back leg, and then the other one went, so he had pretty much 6 months of not being very mobile at all, because they couldn't do them both at the same time obviously. So they did one, and he was kept in a crate for a while to heal that, and then he had to go back in and have the other one done, and then morning, and then he had to go off and have loads of physiotherapy on it, which we did from the boot of the car, which is because of lockdown. We had to do it all differently, and which he came through really well. He did really well, and he's strong. You can see his back legs are pretty strong. They did find some hip dysplasia in there, or hip arthritis I think it was, in there, so we have to be careful if he meets another dog and wants to have a little play, just to not let him overdo it. But as generally, he's just the happiest boy. He loves his life. I would have had Bumble, my Springer, out with me today, but I'm staying at Socks's house while his owner's having a weekend away, so I haven't got Bumble with me, but I am seeing him later and I'll be taking him out then, if you wonder where he was. So I haven't done the full walk today because Socks being older and me with a stick, unfortunately, because of my foot. And so there's our little swan friend again, and some ducks, mallards. A white pigeon there, being followed by a grey one. Hey guys, how are you? Chilling out. Oops, Socks has gone over there to have a little look at the water. I don't want him plopping in. Wouldn't be a good idea. This one's very pretty. I haven't got any food on me, little one, sorry. So this is a Saturday lunchtime and I've seen like about 5 people I think, so it's incredibly quiet today. Not sure why that is, but yeah, quite nice. I quite like it when it's peaceful. You can hear all the birds singing and much better. Get a few cyclists come along here, so you just have to listen out for them because otherwise they come flying up behind you and make you jump. I noticed on when I was looking at my analytics that I've got I think it's the highest majority actually are Americans that watch my channel, so thank you for that. Please tell your friends to like and subscribe so they can see a little bit of England as I do some travels and with the dogs. But yeah, thanks for watching from other countries, India, Russia, obviously England, Great Britain. I love it, it's nice. It's nice when I get some comments as well. Another good thing about having Socks on a lead is he loves Fox's poo. So he goes up to it if he finds a bit and he sort of has a sniff and then he looks up at me and he's like, I'm going to roll in it, Paul. And I say, no you're not. I can stop him when he's on a lead. But as we all know, if you've got dogs, if you haven't got them on a lead, oh my life, it's legs up in the air, isn't it? And they roll and stink. Apparently ketchup is a good way of getting rid of the smell of Fox's poo. I've never tried it and I imagine it would look like carnage in a bath, but apparently that works. Let me know if you've tried that before. So we're just entering into Castle Park now. Little sign here. Some bikes going past. You do have to watch out for them because they fly down here, but they're allowed to as well. It's cycle path and walking, so that's fine. So yeah, you can see here, landscape shaped by 2,000 years of history. Welcome to Castle Park. So this is what they call Lower Castle Park, and it's kind of like a flat area with a duck pond and a boating pond. I have done a short on it recently when I was out with my dog Bumble. And lots of activities go on here. So in September time there's a dog show connected to like a church day, a big church festival I think, or big church day out or something they call it, around the middle of September, and that's really good. It's all free to come to, and there's lots of events that happen here in this lower part. You've got Putt in the Park. Can you see that building over there? If I zoom in a little bit, so you can go and play some putting golf. There's a cafe there as well, so you can sit and have a coffee. And as you come out of Lower Castle Park, we're just coming into it, but as you come out the top of it, which is over the back where the bouncy castle has been set up, there's something going on today, like a little fair. It goes up to Upper Castle Park, which is where the castle is, which is lots of history. I'll do a video on that another time. And takes you straight into town centre then. But this is lovely around here, just to walk and enjoy the riverside. So I've got some music playing over the back, so I'm going to just talk over it for a few seconds and then cut off for a minute. There's this river, even though it looks like a really wide, quite a big river, it's only about 1.5 feet deep, so if you do bring your dogs along, they quite enjoy jumping in after a tennis ball. So unfortunately I had to cut off from that bit of the video because there was a lot of music being played from that fairground, so I didn't want it getting hit in a copyright thing on my YouTube. So we're coming back out now. So it's a rather lovely park. So just behind that hedge there you've got the old bowling green, and beyond there there's the putting thing you can go and do, and all the flowers are starting to come out now, so it's very pretty. Socks had a lovely time, haven't you? Hey? He's been looking at all the squirrels, not going after them anymore, he's too old. So Colchester was named as a local favourite park back in 2022, Castle Park. And the River Colne that we saw a little while ago, and just behind me here, look, you can see it there. So River Colne was used by the ancient Britons and Romans to transport their goods from the industrial site west of Colchester out to the sea. From the medieval period, nearby water mills on the River Colne were used to full the cloth of the Colchester clothiers and grind corn. There he is, you get to see his face, he's always out in front. So yeah, the River Colne used to lead out to sea, like I was saying, and Colchester used to be a really popular town for oysters as well. They were sadly overfished back in the day, a long time ago, and they're all gone now. That industry's totally gone now. I think they still do it out on Mersey Island, which is not too far away from here, but nothing much happens around the Colchester estuary bit now. So we're just going back over the Colne Bridge now, which takes you to the park. So that's just one little walk of Colchester around the bottom of Castle Park, which you can enjoy. Worth checking out if you come to the area. So as you walk around the river and over the bridge, you find another little walkway. We're not doing that today because I haven't got my boots on. It's going to be muddy, I know it will be, so I'm not going to do that. Fox is trying to go through, but I'm going to bring him back. So yeah, it's Colchester Borough Council. It's the Bull Meadow Nature Reserve, so it's basically just a walk through. It's not very big, not very long, but it's quite nice to walk through there. Not many people use it, so it can be really peaceful to go and sit and read a book or something like that, or take your dog through. Yeah, it's just really nice. Toppy, what do you think of Castle Park then? Did you like it? Did you enjoy that? He's loving all the smells, picking up on everything. So we're just coming to the end of our walk with Socks today. And I'll bring him in on the shorter lead because there's some vehicles coming through. So we're just arriving now at Charter Hall, which is here, which holds loads of events over the years, over the year. All different things go on in there. And then as we walk through, there's a McDonald's, so you can end your walk with a cup of coffee. How good is that? So when you arrive at Leisure World, you can park up for, I think it's a couple of quid for an hour or something like that, or you could use the McDonald's car park, which you shouldn't really, but you can get away with like an hour and a half then, which is good. So here we are, coming back to the car. I hope you've enjoyed my little walk with Socks. We've enjoyed it. And there we are, back at the car. So here we are back in the car. Been a bit chilly today, lovely walk though, really bit chilly at the moment. It's supposed to be getting warmer next week, isn't it? There's Socks, he's happy now. Had a nice time. And hope you enjoyed it. If you do, like and subscribe, it helps grow the channel a little bit. It is gradually growing, which is lovely. And see you next time. So I hope you liked my video. Just wanted to give you a fact really before I sign off. And when the Romans were over in England, which was over 2,000 years ago, the Roman army brought the Cane Corso Italian Mastiff breed with them, and they were quite well established. They were warrior dogs. They were used for herding and guarding as well. And the Romans really loved them as a breed because they were powerful, intelligent, agile, but also huge. So yeah, it's a little fact. So they would have been living around the barracks and all around Colchester as well.